Okay, hello and welcome. So this is a bit different than what I've had on my channel so far, but I wanted to post it because I thought it was really cool. I thought I'd do maybe like a half-hour video or so of a playthrough of the Universim, which I'm guessing would stand for the Universe Simulator, of course. So this is an alpha version of this game. So in other words, it's not complete. There's actually very little to it. There's no advancement through the ages, though there will be. This is very much an in-progress game that's available through early access through Steam or through the Universim website. I think there's available through other places too. But basically, it's a god game. It's a life simulator that's really neat, actually. And I guess in case if you've seen other stuff on my channel, it is. Like, I love The Sims is where I come from, but I also love several other God games. God games have always been super fun for me. So when I heard about this, I was like, sure, heck yeah. So I went ahead and bought myself the pre-version and went right into it. So basically I'm like supporting it, like it's Kickstarter. But the game itself is like, it's cool. You can see that the direction it's going in is really strong. So I have been playing around with this, this is not my first time opening the game. I've even messed with some of the settings. I had to lower some of my graphics qualities because I work off of a little tiny MacBook Pro, and let's just say the quality is not the greatest, so things are a little bit stuttery here and there, especially when I start to get a larger population. Things get kind of slow, but overall it's really cool. So, welcome creators. Thank you all for dedicating, your time and effort toward improving the Universim through its development. The game is progressing well, but it's still in a buggy and unfinished state. Yes, I have encountered several bugs throughout this, but it's okay. So yeah, above all else, have fun. We highly agree. Yeah, we're not going to play with tutorials because I already know what I'm doing. For the most part, and actually right off the bat I see good places to start my civilization. So this is kind of going to be like a tutorial-ish video of how to get the strongest like beginning Stone Age civilization you can on the current version. So this is Alpha Paragon, I think it's called, is the current patch date or patch name. So as you see, you get your own little generated planet, and it's like really sweet. It's cool because evidently like everything is randomly generated, so it's not like there's like pre-planets that are just hanging around. Like, this is what you start with, and I'm gonna start my civilization right here where we spawned, actually, because there's a lot of water, and I discovered very quickly that water is pretty important to advancing your civilization. So, like I said, my computer is a little bit slow, so you're gonna have to bear with me here, especially if the camera moves. I would hope that eventually here I'm gonna be able to get something stronger. But there's my new little evolution tower, so that's like the center of my civilization. And these are my people, and they are called nuggets, and nuggets like chicken nugget. Like, isn't that just like the cutest little thing you've ever heard? So this is Elu, and her spouse is Adahi, I guess. And they're little nugget people, and they wander around and they do work. It's like adorable, you know? And so yeah, so right now they're going ahead and building. And what I usually do right off the bat is I just start throwing down things into their queue to build, because if you don't have stuff for them to build or have to do, then like they get screwed over pretty quickly just by death. There's a lot of death. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is throw down a couple water pumps. Let's see. So a water pump is what is going to make, yeah, like basically everything needs water. All your buildings need it. And without those pumps, then nothing is going to operate as it should. So I try to put at least one on each body of water that I'm kind of close-ish to. Just so that I have some stuff to go around, because I hate having to worry about it later, especially when things get tight. It's like you're panicking and all of a sudden you're out of water. You don't want that to happen to you. Go on, put it down. There you go. And then the second thing I'm going to throw down right here in the beginning is a fish fishing station, fishery, whatever you call them. It's like a little fishing hut because we need food. And in the winter, nothing works. Like you can't pretty much get any new food. I think your nuggets can still collect stuff, but like they can't fish because the lakes will be frozen over, and they can't use their farms because the farms don't work in the winter either. So by the time, if you start building a farm in the very beginning here, by the time that farm is completed, there won't be enough time to grow crops before the winter comes, and then by the time the winter is ending, you'll be like out of food, and it's pretty harsh. So I try to start with a fishery just so I can get some fish or some extra food before winter. Yeah, oh, I already forgot, I need to put down a well. Oops, so they have somewhere to drink. So yeah, so now I'm just gonna kind of let it go for a bit, and then once things kind of get built, I'll start my nuggets building a couple other things. Usually what I go with right after this is an eatery, because having some place to store food like encourages your nuggets to get things done, I think. And also what you'll want to do really, really quickly is throw down a hospital as soon as you can. Because once your nuggets start to get broken, like, it's harsh. It only spreads, especially disease, because disease is a thing that happens now. Apparently that didn't happen in the earlier patches and earlier versions of the pre-access game. So you'll notice right here, Elu and Adahi, our very first nuggets, have formed a family, which means that they're going to start breeding. So this over here is going to be their hut. They start building huts automatically as they pair up. And once their hut is built, they'll go in there and make nasty and pop out some new nugget babies. So that's kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, yay, the 2 kids are now mature enough to start working. Go get to work, you little farts. We need wood and trees and things because all the buildings. What tends to happen in this version is you kind of come to a pretty much standstill halt, because at least for me it's happened a few times where certain nuggets will get stuck in an action and they'll just be kind of like bouncing around in the same place, like ding 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 ding, and then they'll eventually just either die of hunger or thirst or exhaustion, and then they die, and then they're still stuck there and their bodies can't be taken away. That's one thing that I think the developers, if you guys are ever going to see this, should try to work on is the AI pathing for nuggets to the dead bodies, because those dead bodies stay there for far too long. The only way that I've been successful in this version so far is I usually build about 1 funeral pyre per 5 nuggets. So I like pop down funeral pyre after funeral pyre at a certain point, because if there's not one close enough by or with enough wood in it, like, things go to hell really quickly, because those bodies will rot and then spread disease, and it gets really nasty. So we just got one of our water wells going, so it's up and running now over here, so that's super duper. So now that we have a water well, that'll make things go a bit faster and make sure that anything new that we have will keep running. Let's see, let's go ahead and prioritize our fishing pier here. Make it go, because once we have fish, then we'll have some more food, and that will be super good. Like, aren't they just adorable? This thing is going to be beautiful by the time they finish it. In previous versions, like I've seen on YouTube and stuff, they used to have like animals, which I'm sure they're going to bring back. So there's probably going to be foraging and hunters and all sorts of really cool stuff. Like, I'm excited for it. I love that kind of stuff. And you can see actually down here in this, what is it called? The construction menu. There's like all these different categories, right? And most of them are covered up. So like production, right? So this is stuff that's not in the game right now, but will be eventually. So food refineries, cement factory, cool. Ooh, all the stuff, right? And then adaptation. So adaptation right now, there's only farms and fisheries. But see, cattle, we get to have cattle, so that means animals, like husbandry and stuff. expedition lab, gardens, bonfire, hell yeah. Yeah, because so right now you're very limited as far as what you can do to keep your nuggets alive. So once those things get up and running, it'll be much easier. And my camera just glitched the heck out just then. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. That's another thing. Developers or whoever is out there, if anyone actually listens, please try to improve like trackpad. That sounds so dorky. I should not be using a trackpad, but I do. I use for everything. I'm so good at it now. But it took me a while to figure out the controls or to make it work with this. And let's see. There was like one other big thing I wanted to mention as far as like development goes, besides corralling dead bodies. Well, no, I guess I'm just excited for things to come back. Like, apparently there's going to be god powers. They were there in previous versions, but they took them away for now. Where like you can impregnate a girl like randomly, or pick up trees and throw them around, or make natural disasters, all sorts of cool shit, man. I'm excited for it. Because I want to be like a devastating god. Like, it would be cool if there was like some sort of element too, where if you didn't do enough, like your nuggets would stop believing in you. Like you could actually be like a god, and they could give you offerings and things. That would be really fun. I'm a little bit narcissistic, I guess, in that way, but I would love to be like an actual god that they worship. And if I stop doing enough, or if I stay in the shadows for too long, they stop believing in me. So I like can like rain down destruction, like grr, the wrath of the gods. It's like, believe in me now, huh, little dudes? So it looks like things are going pretty well so far. Yeah, we got both of our water pumps up and running. Our fishery is getting close to done, it looks like, as well as a building hut and our water and our well, because they need a well to be able to drink. It's already autumn though. Oh shoot. Okay. Because like I said, once winter hits, it's like you're stuck with what you got, and your nuggets tend to deteriorate much more quickly. As far as like farming and stuff goes, like I think like it would be much nicer if like temperature actually had like a bigger deal to do, because they have like actual seasons that flow and temperature fluctuations and times throughout your planet. So it would be much cooler if like for instance, if you're in a really warm area and your lake doesn't freeze over, you should still be able to fish in the winter. And same thing for like the farm areas. There should be crops that are resilient toward winter or not. So like that would just make more sense to me. Because I've had games so far that I've played in segments where like my winter is like 40 degrees and I'm like, or I by the way, I changed mine to Fahrenheit because I'm a sad American, so I don't know Celsius very well, or at a glance I don't know what that kind of temperature is gonna look like, but basically it was like a brisk day throughout most of the winter, and nothing should have been frozen over at all, and yet still I couldn't make any food, and that was really harsh. That was a harsh winter for not being a harsh winter. So that would be cool if somehow that dynamic could change. But yeah, see, look, they're making babies in their little hut. Go for it, little dudes. If I go in here, so this is Adahi. So like you can see their little character menu. So he's 14 years old and he's making babies. So that's a little questionable in and of itself, but whatever, right? But if you saw, look, there's a baby nugget. Look at the little kid nugget. There he goes. Oh my goodness. It's Chalu has been born. They have no idea what they're getting into. No, they don't. They're in a sad nugget world where they're all destined to die. Because no matter what you do, eventually death catches up with your little civilization. You can't make them self-sustaining and prosperous after a certain point. It just all goes to hell really, really quickly. So at this point, there's a lot of stuff already built, so I'm going to put down an eatery. Let's just put it right here. Be done. There you go, eatery. Yay. So there's an eatery. It's gonna go up And then hopefully that will help out. And then the other thing we're going to go ahead and throw down right away here is the hospital. Or in this case, it's like a witch doctor, which is like cooler than all get out. Like I like the what's it called? They have little outfits when they put them on. When they get their jobs, like the nuggets get little outfits and they're really cute. And my favorite is definitely the witch doctor. Like he gets a little mask and he's all colorful and fun looking. Like, oh my gosh, it's just really cute. So the left number here is how much raw food you have, and the right number is how many prepared dishes you have. And dishes sustain nuggets for longer when they get hungry. So if they eat some raw food, it won't fill them up as quickly and it won't last as long. And the way you get dishes is by building an eatery. So your cook will take your raw food and go turn it into dishes. So basically what both of these numbers equal is the amount of food you have total. So see, he's thirsty, so he might go over here and get some water soon. Oh, yep, see, he's gonna get a drink. He's drinking from the well. Who are you? What, you're Chahu. Oh, Chahu. Chahu is drinking. He's a laborer. Now he's doing nothing because he's being useless. There you go. Go not be useless, Chahu. So there needs to be like a better prioritization? I don't even know if that's a word. Or like at least a way like as a god panel where you can assign things. Like I would want to say my number one priority is picking up and disposing of dead bodies. And like the second priority would be for everybody to cure their water. Or like to drink. So if they get even remotely thirsty, they go get themselves water. And then after that, food. And then after that, their job. Like, so that would be the biggest things. So now Adahi is waiting to go make another baby. Good for you, Adahi. We are going to go ahead and make Ilu here the cook, though. So it's like the mother and father of the tribe, because why not? Although I'm pretty sure it's kind of this weird incestuous community at the moment, because I'm pretty sure the other two kids were Adahi and Ilu's daughter and son, and then they went off and made a family, so it's a bit questionable. So let's see, the hospital is almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and put down an engineering hut, and since the engineering hut is small, I'm gonna just kind of squeeze it into here, right there. And then I'm also gonna make them start building a funeral pyre, which as I already said, we will need many of. So it doesn't really matter where I put these funeral pyres. I try to make them like centrally located. So it's like there's one at every corner. Oh, look, we got 3 new babies. We got Zimba and Uhi and somebody else. I don't know what the last name was. So see, we already have a nice little community going. We have 9 adults who need to start making babies again. Because if you lose their pairs, then like you're kind of screwed. Like if you have a mating pair and one of them dies, then like they won't like remate or go off with another single person. They just grow old and die and essentially become useless toward propagating their species, the nugget species. So oh yeah, that was the other thing. If there is developers that might ever see this, or anyone who knows how to make a suggestion, I don't understand that why, when both the nuggets die, their hut stays there and no one else moves in. Like there comes a point when, like like in my further gameplays, like the 70 play one, and then before that I had like a 50, about a 50 nugget population out on one of them. There were just so many stone huts going on one after the other, and there were several stone huts that were just empty because the previous generation had already died. Like, so why can't we like destroy those and make it into something else, or repopulate them? Like it's just the mating physics needs a little bit of a revisit. And it's been night here for a long time. Like I think that the night and day cycle could be a bit faster, because you spend like pretty much an entire season in darkness, at least, like to the point where you notice it, where like I start fiddling with my my brightness settings. I'm like, why is my thing so dark? And I'm like, oh, it's because it's still nighttime. And we're gonna put down another funeral pyre. because we almost have 10, and like I said, I try to have at least one funeral pyre per 5 nuggets. Which sounds so overzealous at this point, which it is. Like, that's something that they're going to have to fine-tune somehow, some way. I'm not really sure how programming works in games. But this game is so cute. Like, I can't. Like, look, you can, like, scroll up and see the sky, and there's shooting stars, and it's just so pretty. Like, this is going to be the coolest God game. Like, once it's all done, it's going to be, like, a beast. Look, see, the sun is rising. And it's also kind of cool. Like, if you look at the time as I move across the earth, I can actually kind of go back in time because it's, like, time zones, which is, like, really neat. And also the temperature changes depending on where I put my mouse. So you can see where is hotter and where is cooler. So we see here that, look, somebody is broken. I see the broken bone, I just imagine them limping around. I mean, it could mean anything. It could mean that they, like, burned themselves on the skillet in the cooking hut. But that's what I always picture. So hopefully he is headed to the hospital. Looks like he is. Where he'll go lay on one of these adorable, adorable little stone beds with the stone pillows. It's a dedicated hospital. There he is. Oh, look at the baby. Uho. Oh, Uho needs to get better. He has 0 kids. He is not a contributing member of the society. Come on, Uho. And you'll notice that Uho is only 5 years old. Great. And he's sick. He's broken because this bar here has reached that second thingamabob. That second line. Like, if it's above that, if they rest, it'll get better by themselves. If it doesn't, then they're screwed. They have to go visit the witch doctor. Where is our witch doctor? Let's find out. Zimba here is going to the hospital. There he is. Yay. So Zimba's, or she is, I should say. Zimba is going to go cure with the medicine, I am assuming. Yep. So let's go watch her cure. Yay. Look, she's doing a little dance. Go Zimba. And that broken bone is getting better. Why can't I click on her? I don't want to click on Uho. I want to click on Zimba. There she is. See, she's healing the patient. See, she's got 5 kids. Zimba's doing great. She's 37 with 5 kids, and she's a doctor, and she's made medicine. She's a contributing member of the society. Go Zimba. The farm is up. Oops, I didn't even notice. So right away I want to go ahead and add a laborer here. Let's see, he's heading home because he's going to go make a baby. So let's go ahead and make Chuhu? Chuhu's going to be our person. And we are going to go ahead and put in some manbro fruit here. You'll notice that the foods are really funny, actually. They probably shouldn't be as funny as they are, but they are really funny. So yes, the most common ones that you'll find yourself building are the manbro and the bloody diarrhea fruit, which is unfortunately named. Listen here, bros and broettes. This fruit is perfectly comfortable in its masculinity, but that won't stop it from flexing at every passerby. It's pretty fast. And so's its growth rate. It doesn't yield much, but at least it seems to handle temperature changes reasonably well. So the manbro fruit will keep growing, and that's what we want, since especially now we just got to summer. Bloody diarrhea fruit. A name that only an unfortunate nugget could conceive. Fortunately, its toxins can be neutralized through a relatively simple process, but the name remains to honor the founder. Aww. Okie doke. So at this point, I think I am going to go ahead and build a forecast tower. Now, forecast towers are pretty fun, actually. I think this is a neat feature, but it's not one that you readily need, so I kind of avoid them until I'm feeling kind of comfortable with my civilization. So what this will do is it'll make this line up here will expand to show about how long you have until the next season, which is super convenient when predicting the winters, especially since the winters are so harsh in this game. So far. Uh-oh. We might have a stuck one. Oh no. Alright, so after some testing here, it seems that we have our first glitch. So this dude is obviously stuck. This is CHAMBA here. And he's very thirsty. In fact, he's dying of thirst, it looks like. And he is very stuck. Back and forth in this sad motion. He has no thoughts. And I tried to make him a farmer to break him out, because sometimes giving them a job or unassigning them from a job will help. It didn't here. He's still stuck. He's picking up resources forever, and he's probably gonna die soon. And that'll be our first death. So I am not looking forward to that, because I don't know how long his body will stay there. CHAMBA. Alright guys, so CHAMBA, as I've just said, has passed away. He's dead. So dead. Look, there's this little dead nugget body. Oh no, Elu has departed this world too. Oh no, she must have died of old age. That was our first girl. That was our founder lady. So that means that Ahu, the spouse here, is essentially useless too, because she won't get with somebody else and reproduce. So they had one kid together. So they didn't make enough to replace themselves. So bad CHAMBA. Let's see how long it takes for his body to get picked up to go to a funeral parlor. Funeral pyre. I said parlor. We don't have those yet. That's a little too advanced for the society. Also, if you'll notice at this point, our civilization is taking off rather well. We have technically over 40 nuggets. So that's uber good. Except for this dead one. This sad, sad dead nugget. Still waiting. There's a funeral pyre right there. And there's one right there. They're both good. Because you've seen, I have, I think, like 5, funeral pyres right now in this world. And not a one is being used to pick up CHAMBA here. Well, they're still making babies like crazy, so there's that. We're gonna build another funeral pyre. Oh no. Oh no. Look. CHAMBA is a disease-ridden body corpse. CHAMBA, why? Contamination. Oh no. Not good. Oh no, this is not good. Ah. And everybody is getting infected. Oh, spring! Spring is here! Spring has sprung, guys! We have no food, and half of our people are infected. This is bad. This is very bad. No one has picked up Chahu because Chahu is a friggin' glitch. Oh no, he's stuck too now, isn't he? Oh no. Ziho. Ziho is stuck too. Oh no, he's gonna die right next to CHAMBA. Did Ziho at least have some kids? No, don't go this way. Well, he's already infected, it doesn't matter. Is this how it all ends? Yes, Ziho, I think it is. I think you're gonna die of thirst. At least you had one child. Stop going into the contaminated area! Why? Why is this happening? There's a funeral pyre right here, guys. It's right here. You could pick up his body and stop this mess. You can just go ahead, Ziho, right? Ziho, you can go ahead and just throw yourself into this fire. Like, just make it easy on all of us, okay? If you're gonna glitch, at least glitch yourself, like, up this ramp and into the fire. Please. Oh. Rest in peace, civilization. Alright, so at this point, this is we have 50 whole nuggets here. No kids, because there's been such turmoil that no one's been mating. But we have 50 fully grown nuggets. And this is probably going to be the height of their civilization, because I think at least half of those nuggets are infected with some form of disease. And we're out of food, so the other half is starving. And our witch doctor here is doing the very best she can. Or he. Let's see. Who's in charge of the witch doctor now? Zimba. Zimba's doing the very best she can. But she's out of meds. So, because she's been curing people just for them to go get infected again. So, Zimba's all out of luck. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to like stop doing things and I'm just going to let this run because there's really very little I can do at this point. I think I have about 7 funeral pyres up and there's plenty of food in eateries, but they're not making enough food to sustain the population. So this is about as good as I can get for now. I usually don't get much farther than this. Oh, hey, look, we got one baby nugget. You're not going to last long. Your parents made a poor decision. I know you don't believe in me because I can't really do anything right now but dictate your flow of civilization, which at this point is death. You're all gonna die. I wish I could kind of like, I wish there was like a purge button, like it's one of the god powers. That would be so cool. If I could just, you know, hit my god power and like everybody who is sick, feeble, or like above a certain age just and dies and like bursts into flame so they don't create disease. They just burn up on the spot. And then the civilization's just purged of all the badness. And people cry and are sad for a while, but it's okay because there's no more disease and there's no more weak people and nobody's dead. Or nobody needs help. That's a god power I would like to endorse. So I've let some time go. And as you can see, my civilization is in complete and utter ruin. We have... Basically, everything is in disrepair because all of our engineers died. So there are even some things that have collapsed. So I have some holes around where stone huts used to be. And then I have only 2 nuggets left alive, and they just happen to actually be the 2 nuggets that are waiting for the doctor who will never come in the hospital here. But yeah, there's the doctor. Look, there's 2. There's 2 doctors and a dead body right here. Oh, that's tragic. They tried so hard. And you can see how nasty it is. So the only reason why these 2 nuggets here have survived is because they were sitting in a sterile place, I guess if you want to call it that. So they just sat here waiting to be healed while the rest of their colony died. And there's nothing I can do about it but wait for them to die now. Because eventually they will go hungry and thirsty, as you can already see they're blinking, and perish. So throughout this entire destruction that I kind of just sat back and watched, because at a certain point there's nothing I can do about it, throughout all of this, I don't think a single funeral pyre was used. Scratch that, I think maybe 2. 2 people got burned. Other than that, basically everybody grew sick and died, because spring came and we had food, and so there was actually enough food to go around, at least to get people by. But the disease killed everybody, and it all started because of Chahu down here. This one frickin' glitch down here that poisoned everybody. So this entire place is dead because of the one guy. I forget, is it this one? CHAMBA, because of CHAMBA. Oh, CHAMBA. And then, oh wait, are they both named CHAMBA? No, one of these was named Zihu. The glitch people who died. Yeah, there's Zihu. Yep. Alright, so CHAMBA died here because of a glitch and poisoned the entire village, and now everybody is dead. And it took a little bit of time, and I kind of sped through it. I tried to help here and there, but in the end, there's nothing you can do about it. So I would call that a glitch, or at least like a programming malfunction, like it needs to be reworked a bit. But like, look at this sad ghost town. Look at this shit. It's so sad. Like every black splotch is a dead, rotting corpse. Like look at, oh shit. And for some reason there's somebody still sleeping in this hut, but I'm pretty sure that's a glitch as well. But you see like all these little black splotches. Those are all bodies. They all died, every single one. And then their village is going into disrepair, which means that everything is gonna collapse eventually. And then nature will come back and it'll be like my civilization never was, which I guess is kind of accurate. Look, there they all are. See, these two were at the pyre. They just didn't make it. Some people over here dead at the fishing hut. Oh, God. It's like a freaking ghost town. Look at them all. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh. So, I guess besides for those kind of glitches, you can see that the game is actually pretty cool. It's in progress, of course. And this was actually a pretty good run, even for me. You saw that I got to about a population of about 45 solid before the glitch and contamination began. Like I said, I made it up to 70. That's the highest I've ever gone, but usually it's somewhere around 50 is where things start to go to hell. But yeah, so if you liked this playthrough, let me know. I would like to do a couple like playthroughs and stuff as new versions of the game or new patches come through. But yeah, if you're interested in the Universim, go check it out. I would encourage it. Thank you so much for watching, and rest in peace to my nuggets. Bye, guys.